a quick, very important task. I really want all of your attention because I think reading is very important for every one of us, isn't it? And if you want to increase the reading speed, how shall we do? So we have to read, not just in school, colleges, or like everywhere. But what happens is, I think, okay, I'll try to make it a little bit quick because for the sake of time, as you all can see, uh, I hope you all know, for example, how many words can you read, for example. Okay, for example, in 10 lines, how many words are there, for example, okay? You can write it down, divide it by 10, so that is the number of words per line, okay? You can write that also down, and then you can try to read how much time it takes for you to read 10 lines. Can you do that? So this will be like a quick exercise. We'll try to do it for the benefit of all of you. How many of you know your reading speed? Use the chat box. So why this is very important as well is because it's not just about reading. So what happens is more you will be. I cannot forget what is called as the. When I was doing my schools, there was a famous IITian which had his training from US. So it is called as the mind power techniques. That guy was called as Raj Bapna. So Raj Bapna's mind power techniques. So he learned it from US, and he was sharing with his coaching programs and all those things. And it was very efficient. At least it really helped me to double, or I would say like nearly 2.5 times to be precise, increase my reading speed, in fact. Okay. So, if you know your reading speed, you can always tell that how good or bad you are. So, most of the times, it can be like average or less than average, I would say. But don't worry about that, it can happen. So, a lot of times, what we happens is we tend to keep on reading it, the inefficient eye movements are there, regression happens, and we keep on mentally reading as well. So it's not just the physically we will keep on reading it, but also even in the mental side, it keeps on going. So there are a lot of problems, and yes, no one has been taught about it, and in fact, yeah, few people can be a bit slow as well. So there can be lack of practice as well, uh, trying to read. Not everyone is good in everything as well. So now what? So to tell you, on an average basis, as I said, a college student reads around 350 words per minute. Okay. So what is the difference? Difference is like, yes, one has to have the inborn fire, the desire, and the willingness to be able to read. So as I said it, this technique I learned when I was in US as well, and it was very very effective to me, and that's why I'm trying to share it with you guys as well. So there are different strategies to make it more effective. Is pre-read. So anything whatever is written, no, try to just go through the subheadings, images, graphs. So this will be like a pre-read. Then pre-think. So what are the questions it might be able to answer? So that is what is like a creative thinking. Then try to read in blocks. For example, try to read the several words. So, for example, if there is a phrase, half a line, full line, for example, with the columns, and pause only at the end of the section. Don't reread it. Like if you have read already something and again you are trying to repeat it. No, that's not the way. And then don't wait for the action replay. Just read. You will be surprised with the power of your mind. As I said it, but you have to follow all those things. And yes, sometimes, yes, if you really feel tired, take a nap. Don't, you know, like it's a sack or it's like a canister. You keep on pouring it up. If you keep on pouring it up, things will overspill as well. Okay? So, whenever you are trying to see, for example, this is how it is a trip down the memory lane, like remember. So, how you can do it if you're trying to remember is you can try to develop in shorter parts. Remember. And then when you put them together, it takes like this. And again, so this is a sentence if you have to read. It takes too long. So, what is going to happen is read them in different blocks. For example, put a phrase together, half a line together, or full line in sentences with columns. Okay, so as I had already said, it is so this is like a practical example. This is a paragraph, the first paragraph you have to read. Are you able to do it? But as I had already said it to you, try to make those phrases together. Okay? Read them quickly. Don't waste your time in re repeating it. Yeah? Then again, for example, if you have a full paper, what you do is take a sheet of paper. So, for example, as you can see in the middle of the screen, yeah, so this dot is there. So, yeah, you can put that paper into half and put it under a line of text. So, use a any kind of paper or you can use a caliper as well. You can just put it below the sentences. So, what happens is it decreases your distraction and keep on moving it, keep on moving it, keep on moving it, keep on moving it down, keep on moving it down, keep on moving it down. And don't let your eyes go from left to right, left to right. Keep your eyes in the middle of this dot which you can see over here, no? Over here. Keep your dot here in the middle. Keep on just let it go down, let it go down. As you can follow the mouse, let it go down like this. So this has already been done, and as you can see it over here, so this is the circular caliper. Try to put it over here. The dot will be in the middle, so you take it down to the third sentence, you take it down to the fourth sentence. Keep on doing it like this, keeping your eyes in the middle, one light at a time. Focus on the dot, just see the words. So not just that, so if you'll keep on going down as well, so that's a great technique. So something is called as skimming and scanning. And that what you try to do is you just read the first sentence or the two lines of each paragraph. You don't read everything. Okay? So what you do is, as I said, it is just the first sentence of the paragraph. So for example, over here in this whole slide, if you can see, there are three paragraphs. So what you read is vocabulary, comprehension, practice one, skimming and scanning. That's all. That will, so these are like advanced things which will be helpful for you later on whenever you are doing revision. So it helps you improve. So as I had already said, one of the important techniques is like if you have to read the whole textbook. So for example, 10 pages you have to read. So out of those 10 pages, I will do as a quick pre-read. So I'll read those 10 pages in like 4 minutes. Quick, 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 quick. And that's why, as I said it. And then next time, I'll read it again in detail. Okay, once done, and then finally a quick summary as well. So more is the times of revision, more is the chances for you retaining into your brain as well. And that's why it is important. Skimming and scanning is awesome stuff. And as I said, it is just you need to go through the first line or maybe the first two lines of each paragraph. And if you need, yes, try to write on all those facts. Okay? So now you can try to practice. So in the basic program, what you can do is try to do it like 2 to 3 times a day. Record your reading rate, and yes, try to push yourself. Try to be a bit quicker. And I can promise you, minimum, I'm telling you, you will be at least able to double your reading speed. And more you do it, you can do it even more. I had a student, like in UK where I'm based, one of my students was able to increase the speed by 6 times. 6 times. So, I mean, is the human brain is unimaginable, unthinkable. So that's why it is very important to be able to go through all these things. Never think anything is impossible. Okay? So everything had been thought to be impossible during their days. But of course they were made possible later on in the future. Okay? So it might be impossible for that moment, which someone might think, but that is the one which really became possible later on. So, for example, who can have thought like being in, one is there in a city and the other person like 10,000 kilometers away and they are able to speak at that moment? One would have thought that will be like magic, but that is possible, isn't it? So, similarly, that reading speed guide as well, it might seem a little bit difficult, but it is possible. Okay? So let's try this. A simple, quick example as well. So the piece which you read about it, try to again go over there. Okay, that paper. You remember that circular paper which I was telling you, know? So for example, this one, I will show you. So this paper. Try to use this paper. Really, it will work wonders for you. Take that paper with the eye guide, put it under the first line, reread this piece. Move your eye down the page looking at the dot and just seeing the words. And you will have to practice it yourself because for the sake of time, as I said it, I'm not, we can't do it right now, in fact. But I do organize those memory sessions as well in UK or in other countries, and I have seen amazing results, in fact. And you can keep on reading it again and again, again and again. So there are ways how to make your reading speed faster. So as I had said it, so the first level, as you saw, no. So okay, I'll give you another simple example. So as you could see, the first level was just taking it down, and you are able to reading it, keeping your eyes in the middle. Second technique will be is again, so without, so keep on practicing it at least for a week. So if you feel once your paper reading speed has increased, the next level, as I said, it is use your finger. Use your finger. Okay, take it. So rather than doing this, keep your finger down here, down here. Just take your finger, keep it in the middle of the paragraph on the first line in the middle. Keep on going down. As you can see the arrow, keep on taking it down, taking it down, taking it down, and your eyes will always be focused at the tip of the finger. Okay, then same way, this is how you do it. Just take, so arrow is your finger. Okay, you have to focus on the tip of your finger and you keep on just taking it down. Practice that again for 1 week. Once you have done that, in the third week, what you do is you take your finger like this, like this, really quickly, really quickly. At that moment, you may be able to see that yes, you may not be able to recall, but your brain is amazing. You will be able to do that. And as I said it, these are tried and tested techniques. So, not just I do pacemakers, ablations, and cardiology treatment, but also the mind power techniques as well. Because why I'm sharing these things as well, because being a doctor, cardiology residents, and all, it is important for you not just to be able to read a lot of these things, but also to be able to retain this information. And frankly telling, we all should be thankful to our university that at least it is giving us an opportunity to share all these things to you guys. Otherwise, it's none of the business of the university, none of the business for me to teach all these things. So you all should be thankful that these things are being taught to you to be able to enhance your performance, to be able to make you better human beings as well. So, now, are there any further questions?